chance. Why are you ducking me? That's why I'm calling you out. Tackle Grapple Mania. In the cage. 2 men enter. 1 may not. Oh, 1 may not walk out?
Well,
that means we both may die in there?
Well,
No,
maybe.
Like,
I mean,
may not walk out. Like you knocked him out.
Well,
1 man walks out. Okay. 2 men walk in. 1 man walks out. Don't be scared when the door closes behind you.
You need help?
Nah, bro, I'm good.
So I just wanted to jump on real quick tonight. It's been kind of, a crazy day. Ended up getting in late night workout, doing some stuff. So wanted to sneak this in. I'll go a little bit more in depth over the next couple of days. But, again, since a lot of us are having to either train at home or practice at home, and you're looking at ways to, get better. And again, one of the things that we've talked about in some of the other videos and content in the playlist is a matter of, combining some of these solo drills and warm-up drills, and how can you combine some of this stuff together. And the nice thing is, for a lot of jiu-jitsu people that also have a fitness background, also if even a training background, this is where I think you could start to get a little bit more creative about, how do you start addressing some of your own stuff if you feel like, mobility is lacking in one place, stability is a little bit off, and if you have restrictions like myself, from previous injuries and stuff, like how can you start to address this? So again, I'll go a little bit more in depth over, a couple other videos, but I just wanted to kind of introduce this. This is a video that I've previously filmed. I'm just going to kind of talk over it, and again, this is just an introduction. It's a late night video that we're kind of putting together, and then we'll go a little bit more in depth about how you can actually, tie a lot of these kind of things together in a program. So again, if you have, more questions about this stuff, feel free to, leave a comment, shoot me a message, check out the website, integralcombatmethods.com, and then, I can go over some more of those details for you too. So I'm just going to load this thing up. So this is a video from a while ago where we were working on just trying to create a little bit more of just practicing shrimp movements, and again, there's many different ways that we can do shrimps. The way that I kind of set this up, for people about when we need to really kind of create distance is a much different method, but this is one of those things just, at the time, looking at how can we, create a little bit more movement, and also looking about, from there, do we feel graceful? Do we feel, smooth? So this is, again, when you can start taking some of these pieces on the time when you're working, and training at home, how you can go ahead and, start looking at, like, how can I play with this a little bit more? So this was one of those kind of drills where Manny, was practicing the shrimps, and then I'm going to have him pause in a second, and here I'm going to try to have him just kind of lay as comfortably as possible and as relaxed as possible. And for, again, my trainers and my fitness professionals, this is where we start looking at, like, hey, let's just try using your left leg to do like segmental rolling, and just using your left leg to try to, reach yourself all the way through to bring yourself as, face down as possible. And this was one of those things that just kind of introducing this kind of positioning at the time, again, now trying to move, himself back was kind of struggling. But the interesting thing is like now, being able to create better movement. The general, key thing is it's not even so much, there's going to be a degree from a training standpoint of, does this, have certain prerequisites, but also at the end of the day, everybody's joints are different. Everybody's hips are different. Everybody's shoulders are different. And the other kinds of things that are going to come into this too is, does he or she feel better, practicing these kind of drills or variations of this? So again, we were just practicing this again. We pause in this position. Now, once we've kind of done it before, now can we relax a little bit more into it? And now can we go ahead and just use that, leg again to try to bring and keep reaching with that left leg to bring ourselves all the way through. And here you're actually going to see that Manny kind of gets himself more into a relaxed kind of position to be able to, kind of move into this. And then only using that left leg, trying to move back. But again, this is one of those things that, if this is the first time you're kind of doing this drill on your own, you may not necessarily know what's kind of going on. So having a great coach that you work with will help you out, or, even a good coach, along these kind of lines. Again, there's a lot of online training that is going on right now. So you can find a lot of resources about like segmental rolling, which I think can be beneficial for you. You can check out, functional movement systems. And then you can look at a lot of the other, great content that's out there. So Charlie Wangroff has a lot of, great stuff. K3 Combat, has a lot of great stuff too. And then again, just, understanding and like, even if this is something you're doing at home and you're practicing some of these drills, like I'm going to, practice a shrimp or a forward shrimp. And then can you pause and appreciate, your own mobility and not only that, but also, movement from there. And if you're struggling doing that without having somebody else actually, kind of working against you or doing that, this is one of those great times where we're actually having the time to, really start to break down that mobility to build those better movement patterns so we can apply, some of those other qualities to this. So this was, again, putting him back into the position and then really, forcing him to use that left leg to kind of reach back over. And then from there, when we start to revisit the shrimping, again, the idea for him was, does this just feel better? And this is coming back off of, just trying to improve some of his overall movement. So again, this was just a quick little video that we took. This was the starting point. And then in this one specific example, this was, the ending. And more so than that, we were actually, just more improvement and feeling a little bit better. So I have some more videos. I have some more content on, specifically on this topic where we get a little bit more in depth. I have some of that on, onto the website. And, again, if you have questions, feel free, leave a question, shoot me a direct message with this. But this is some of those times that right now, especially if you do have a fitness background, and you are somebody that practices jiu-jitsu or martial arts, this is when we can start to kind of combine some of these drills at home to, really appreciate our bodies in space and spatial awareness. And again, these are those kind of things that at the end of the day, everybody's going to be different. So cueing, the way I may cue somebody, one way is not going to be as effective if I can cue somebody else the other way. And more so than that, if somebody else actually cues somebody, that'll be important as well. So, again, this is just an introduction. I'll probably do a couple more, videos along this. But if you're looking for, immediate stuff, I have some of it on, on that website. And then more so, specifically, along those kind of lines, just try it. Just practice around this, a great time, when we can actually get to appreciate our own movement. Because again, jiu-jitsu, we hear a lot about is about control and controlling others. But at the end of the day, just kind of like this situation, I can only control myself. I can hopefully influence others in, society and in positivity, hopefully for the better. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, hopefully we're influencing them in a way that makes them lose control of themselves. So again, kind of the way that we look at it is my movement is going to, I can only control myself to hopefully influence somebody, to lose control of themselves. But hopefully at the end of the day, in this case, we're all trying to do stuff to make each other better right now. So again, thanks for checking this out. Thanks for, watching, leave a comment, and then make sure, check out a lot of the other instructors that are online. Again, a lot of people are trying to work together. And we'll all get through this. So thanks for checking out. Have a great night.